Shabbat Shalom, everyone. This week's Torah reading is Parashat Shmini. Part of the Torah reading of Parashat Shmini is the very tragic story of Nadav and Avihu, two of Aaron's sons, who were killed right at the initiation of public worship of the bringing of korbanot, ritual sacrifices, in the Mishkan, the desert tabernacle. The Torah describes their death at the beginning of chapter 10 in the book of Leviticus. And one of the most powerful phrases of the story, which is only 3 verses long, is the 2 words, Vayidom Aharon. After 2 of his sons are killed, Aaron is silent. Moses says something, which is somewhat puzzling, and then Aaron says, Vayidom Aharon. Aaron is silent. That is what the Torah says. We are left to try and understand Aaron's silence. And it is one of the most powerful, one of the most famous moments of silence in the whole Torah. Was Aaron's silence a silence of acceptance, as the rabbis traditionally understood it, that Aaron was saying in a way, I accept what God does, I don't understand it, but I accept it. His 2 sons were killed when they brought Eish Zara, they brought alien fire to the tabernacle. And the rabbis struggle to understand what they did that was so bad, and they go through a whole list, different ideas, different rabbis over the centuries. But in the end of the day, Vayidom Aharon, Aaron was silent. So that is one understanding of silence, that it was a silence of acceptance. Another understanding of the silence is that it was a silence of rage, a silence of anger, but a silence because what are you going to say to God? There is nothing to say. So you are silent. Another understanding is that he was so still that he in fact turned to stone because his life was different afterward than before, and he literally turned to stone at that moment. There are hints in the Hebrew that this might be the understanding. For all of us, the question of asking, when should we be silent and when should we speak? When should we say something because our words might make a positive impact on the world around us? And when should we stay silent because we have no words to add, no words that would contribute, that would make the situation more palatable, would make the situation better? As I say these words to you, it is Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance Day. 2 days before the Shabbat when we actually read Parashat Shmini. There are so many moments when we think about the Holocaust that we can think about silence. The silence of the world and allowing Hitler to come to power and allowing Hitler to continue on his rampage against Jewish life, against so many innocent people, destroying European Jewry and world Jewry, seeking to destroy the world in his wake. The silence of Western powers. Could they have done more? Should they have done more? The silence of civilians throughout the world who could have protested more and said more. We are left with a legacy of thinking about silence. When is silence positive, as I said before? Because there is nothing to say. And when is silence an abdication of responsibility? When do we need to speak up? Because being silent is not an option. For all of us, the words Vayidom Aharon speak volumes because they help us understand our own world, our own lives, and the power of our own speech to make a difference. Shabbat Shalom.